What's up, everybody? Project Fresh Live today. How you guys doing? I hope you're well. I hope your week is going well. We're halfway through here, wrapping up middle of the week, going for the long game, looking to knock out Thursday and Friday. And so I wish you well in that process. Thank you to those who are joining in. Feel free to drop where you're watching from today in today's chat. What part of the country. If you want to go by state, that's cool. And you can probably see the live stream topic. I'll address that in a second. As far as what we'll be talking about today. But other than that, take a deep breath. So much going on. So much going on. The vice president candidates debates going on right now. So most likely I'm competing with that. I'm sure even on YouTube it's live and available at the moment. That's fine. I'm not worried about that. It's a temporary situation that comes every 4 years. So we'll keep consistency going for the sake of, and not to say that politics aren't important or the direction of our country isn't important, but I'm looking at consistency for myself, for you guys, for my members, for my clients, but also looking at this from a perspective of we got a lot going on, and want to provide an avenue for conversation and for providing things that would assist you in your lifestyle. And sometimes that includes not only fitness and health and some of these other things we've been talking about, but that also includes the ability to address the hard challenges in life. Because that's, as I was talking about yesterday and the day before, those hard challenges in life can easily determine the way and the projection and the path and the pace in which we go about life, and our persistence. We can allow it to affect our persistence and our patience. Just got off a mentorship call with well, actually we're going through the process of assessing if we should move into a mentorship relationship. So pre-mentorship coaching session, if you will, based around my spiritual health, or based around my foundation and the direction I'm headed, and the framework and truth in which I'm settling my life upon, so that I can move forward with ultimate confidence in that foundation. And also, more importantly, fully discover the reason why I was created, the reason why I'm here on this planet, the design of Ryan Sanders, not the default, whatever the world's doing or whatever I happen to find myself in, but purpose-driven life. I'm using Pastor Rick Warren's terminology there. It just happened to come out that way, so I'll give credit where it is absolutely due. That's an excellent book to read if you haven't read it. Believer, unbeliever, just the context of purpose, vocation, what was I created for? We know that is a very important topic, because otherwise there wouldn't be so many suicide cases. There wouldn't be so many positions and situations of despair and loss of hope and those kinds of things. And I'm not saying that there aren't other things that drive that. A lot of times it comes down to that ultimate decision of what meaning does my life have? And if there's no hope, if the answer is my life has zero meaning, then you find yourself in that position. But in that coaching call, the reason why I'm kind of getting off track here, the reason why I brought that up was a statement that the gentleman I'm working with said that I thought was really key. And he was identifying this in the context of something he's leading, but I think it really applies to all contexts. After this analogy, and I think it applies to the transformation that people are looking for, the transformation that we provide. as coaches in the fitness and nutrition sector industry, service product, that is one of the 3 or 4 largest industries currently. There's billions of dollars in health right now. We know that because we see it everywhere. Health products, shakes, and other supplements, all kinds of gadgets and different things, all kinds of services, all kinds of different coaches and trainers and individuals, some gurus, some long time just technical professionals. This is a technical profession. We do need to have a well understanding of how the body works, and the body is a extremely fascinating, uh, beautifully, fearfully, and wonderfully made thing. And we may think it's simplistic, but there is some complexity to the human body. For example, there are 9 separate systems working in sync together. We've got, acid in our stomach that is very powerful. It dissolves all the food that we eat. We've got a electrical system called our neurological system working. Uh, it does have some current, some voltage to it. Not significant, but it does have some electrical components to it. We have this insane pulmonary and cardiovascular system taking place at the same time. The way in which we inhale oxygen and get it through the body, and how it translates to carbon dioxide, and then that same process gets it out of the body as we expire. Inspire oxygen, whatever else is in the air, body processes it, expire out carbon dioxide. There's so much going on in this thing that we all live in, and then it houses our soul as well. And so there's a lot to this situation. So taking care of it, learning how to take care of it, is definitely a journey, a process. It takes time. It takes, if you're going to coach in that realm, it requires your effort, your energy, your focus, and dedicated time to learn about it. All that being said, getting back to the analogy, I want to make sure I stay on point here. I think what my mentor, pre-mentor, moving into mentorship relationship, should we both decide it's right, was getting at was that whatever issues, challenges, whatever else we may address, it's a mountain, right? There's a challenge. There's something that's in front of us that it has gravity to it. It is bigger than us. It is something we feel we can't escape. And the analogy of climbing the mountain is very common, at least in our culture. It is. I'm not sure what the analogies might be, say in Europe or um, Asia or Africa or Australia or wherever else, what those analogies might be. South America, Canada, Mexico, I don't know, but I know the climbing the mountain analogy is very common. And um, what he was saying that I thought really just stuck out was, we have the tendency to get together in groups and meet up at the base of the mountain and talk about the challenges of the mountain and look up and think about, oh, what a life it would be to be at the top. And we all come to an understanding and a mutual awareness and agreement of the challenges that we face at the base. And we have a powwow. He used the word, we kumbaya. We laugh and sing and dance. But then we all say, you know what? We'll see you next time. And we all collectively walk away from the base of the mountain, and we go on to our lives. And we say, let's meet up next week or tomorrow or whenever. And we all come back to the base of the mountain again and do the same things, and laugh and hang out and maybe break bread with each other, eat whatever, have a good time. And then we all depart. We all leave from the base of the mountain. And the analogy that you were saying too, that I thought was striking, was that he said that we look up at the top of the mountain and we think, oh, what a life. um, and psychologically, somewhere in the back of the head, we're wishing that the things that we could acquire or experience or obtain or achieve or whatever at the top of the mountain, we wish we in the back of our mind kind of hope or wish that those things would roll their way down the mountain and come to us at the base. But he said, and I agree with him because I've been around long enough to experience this. That's not how life works. You gotta put on the climbing gear. You gotta pack the food. You gotta get the right shoes, the right gloves, the right, whatever is required to ascend that mountain. And depending on the conditions of the mountain, you got to dress appropriately. You got to pack up appropriately. You got to have the right food and other tools appropriate to scale that mountain. Because if you don't, it's gonna be a rough climb. And that climb is a journey. I think I might have been talking about that before. I've probably used this analogy in the last 3 weeks. There's a process. You get up the mountain, you encounter some challenges. Maybe it's a wild animal, maybe it's a cliff, maybe it's a some kind of chasm, or you got to backtrack because you just can't scale or cross or whatever, and you got to make your way to get up that mountain. And the terrain changes, and you're just not well equipped for it. You didn't prepare for it. Maybe it was unexpected. Climbing a mountain is a challenge, and it's not something that comes easily. We know even if it were a simple path, there's a trail here in the Bay Area called Mission Peak, and it gets everybody. I remember the first time I climbed it, managed to go up nonstop. But the reason why I actually love the fact that I'm gonna share this with you guys, the reason why I didn't stop and why I kept going is because the guy I was with was in great shape, and he kept pushing. He kept pushing. I was like, well, if he's gonna keep pushing, I ain't feeling this. I'm not feeling this at all, but I'm gonna keep pushing. Forget it. I'm gonna keep pushing because he's pushing, and we're gonna do this thing. Come to find out later, and not recent, like not in the next week or two, like probably several months. He told me that the reason why he was pushing so hard is because he saw me pushing hard. It wasn't because he was determined. It wasn't because he knew the path because he'd been up there before. It was my first time, as I said, but he kept pushing because he saw me keep pushing. He's like, well, if this guy that's younger than me is going to keep going, then I need to keep going too. I need to stay out front. And so it was just funny to hear him say that. And these two things that I'm getting into collectively, these two stories that I'm going to put together for you, um, it really speaks to something. It says that when we congregate together, we see the value in getting together because we continue to do it. We keep going to meetings and groups and responding to advertisements and these ideas, these groups related to fitness and nutrition and accountability, and we respond to these different things. And people are responding to my ads, and I've responded to ads myself. I'm sure you guys have seen them. If you're an active user of YouTube, if you're an active user of social media, if prior to social media, maybe you're more familiar with the old school, an ad in the newspaper or on TV or whatever it may be, whatever your form of media that you're used to, you're familiar with the idea of ads, and you're familiar with the appeal to the challenges that, you want to address. And we get together in these groups, and for whatever reason, we miss out on the power of coming together to successfully scale the mountain. And we also think that if we just keep coming to the mountain, eventually something will come down to us. And like what my mentor to be gentleman I'm working with was saying, it doesn't work that way. You got to scale the mountain. And so I just want to share that with you guys. There's no easy way to this. We have the tools, we have the knowledge, we have the resources at Project Fresh to assist you in leveling up in your lifestyle and having the lifestyle that you desire to have. And we're absolutely excited and thrilled about that. And we're getting ready to celebrate our 4-year full-time anniversary. We're doing this full-time for 4 years next month. December will be our unofficial 8-year anniversary. So when I started, I was still in corporate America, working a job and building out my coaching part-time together at the same time, working 40, 50, 60, 70 hours a week, and still trying to find a way to do this with people not knowing my voice. If you look at some of my old YouTube videos. Like, I don't know, it was just weird. It was just kind of weird. Looking back at some of my videos, but I'm glad that I started because I wouldn't have the experience. I wouldn't have the confidence. I wouldn't have what would you say? Just the repetitions even of just getting on and doing this. And someone may watch this, someone may not, but I'm growing because if I continue to sharpen my tools, I know I'm going to be able to be much more effective in assisting those who are ready to climb the mountain. And that's what I wanted to get to, is that even if it's one other person, like my friend, there is that, what's the word I'm after? Synergy that comes with climbing the mountain with someone else. If you've got a best friend, a close relative, your spouse, whoever it is that you're vibing with right now, and you have that relationship, you know exactly what I'm talking about. There's something about being able to do life with someone else, um, and scale that mountain together that makes it so much better. And that's what we're saying we are. Is Project Fresh is that partner you can link up with, you can yoke up with to scale that mountain. Excuse me. I think that's the perfect segue. Excuse me, my wife and I were just eating some trail mix, so it's some of the walnut is still lingering. Apologies. Um, that is a perfect segue into our topic today. Uh, loss hurts. Loss hurts, but so does losing weight. And I'll say this really quickly as a preference. There is a lot of loss going on right now. People losing family members to this virus, people losing jobs to the economic shutdown, people losing the ability to go and do whatever they want, whenever they want. We can't go to the movies. We can't go to the restaurants. We're in California, so it's still shut down. A lot of the people I'm speaking to are up and down the West Coast of California, Oregon, and Washington. You might be aware of the fires that have ravaged all three states, and we're talking millions of acres burned, gone, houses included, people displaced. The death toll, I'm not sure what the death toll is at this point. But one of my clients, her great grandmother's house was burned down. So I know people who are directly impacted by the fires, the job losses. I've talked to a lot of people in this week alone, in the last 3 days, who have recently lost a job, have lost a job for some time, or are in the process of finding more work currently, or maybe just got a job and trying to get back on their feet, or waiting on the severance package ran out. Excuse me, if you got it, a lot of people don't get the unemployment, but if you did, unemployment's now tapping out because it's been over 6 months at this point. We're in month 7 now, or just about to be here shortly. So loss is a very real thing. Loss, it really hurts, and it hurts us deeply. And what I want to talk to you guys about today, and I'm going to get to this here in a second because I want to make sure we remember why we're here. What I'm going to be speaking to is, excuse me, so does losing weight. Losing weight hurts too. And I'm going to say what I mean here in a minute by that. Just a quick reminder, I'm going to be continuing to share my page and my link with those who I speak to in my calls. I'm really looking forward to having that conversation with all the new prospective clients, all the new prospects who are looking to partner up with us at Project Fresh, as well as the current clientele that I have now, and continues to grow. I'm so excited to get our 21-day Lean for Halloween transformation program. We have our kickoff call on Saturday. It is a free program. The 21 days are free, and it's a nice foundational launch for people to get to be successful in the direction that they want to go. I specifically did a Lean for Halloween. It's the first time I'm doing this particular program, but done many formatted or 21-day challenges or groups before. I want those who are coming in, and I think they want it too. Otherwise I wouldn't be seeing people sign up for it, is that I want them to have the opportunity to go into the holidays with a plan, with some momentum, and with all the steam they need to feel like they did their best through the holidays despite the circumstances, and they're heading into the new year on the path that they want to see themselves. And I'm talking about people who have real life issues, are struggling. It's impacting work, it's impacting self-image and confidence, it's impacting them in the relationships, like real life issues that you wouldn't share with anybody. You wouldn't even maybe share with your family or your friends. Those super deep, on a scale 1 to 5, 5 being the deepest, level 5 type conversations that you wouldn't just have with anybody. Fortunate to be in a position that I am that allows people to have that conversation with me. I see that a lot in my industry. I jokingly say I'm a undertrained and underpaid psychologist or psychiatrist. And I say that jokingly. I don't actually do any psychology with my patients or my clients rather directly. Now I'm sounding like a psychologist, but I don't do it with them directly. But I do address mindset, mentality, thought processes, those things. We do address that. Long story short, there's a lot of loss, and loss sucks at the end of the day, and it hurts. And I want to give you this idea. Oh, and like I said, before I get to that, I want you guys to remember what we're here for. We're here to assist you in the process of being successful with your lifestyle, and in turn, with the growth and proliferation, the build of your lifestyle. You can take that and turn it to impacting your own life. You're responsible for the impact, you're responsible for the growth, you're responsible for the heart change, and that ultimately requires you to be surrendered to that process and seek out the desire that you change. We're here to be your partner in adjusting the lifestyle so that you can have that. And it's a process. Sometimes it's just all up here. The body's just waiting for this to be addressed. And sometimes the mind's fine, and it's just, you know, doing the right exercises, eating the right food, and then just waiting, staying accountable to that process and waiting for it all to work itself out. My recent transformation that I had was in 11, 12 weeks, 22 pounds. And it's because, I've done it so many times that it's not a problem. I shared with my results with one of my prospects today that called in. And I said to him, I was giving him an idea of what your body composition looks like. And I said, I don't think I look fat. I'm, had similar stats to him and shared it with him. He's like, yeah, you definitely don't look fat. I was like, okay. Or you don't look like you're packing any belly fat. So, all right, there you go. Just kind of give him an example of what he was trying to figure out, and shared with him the transformation effect. I might be able to pull it up for you guys. I can send you that post really quick. Instagram. Pulling out the Instagram. I'll go ahead and post it today. You guys can follow us on Instagram. It's / our handle is Elevate Your Fresh. And I'll go ahead and post my, it won't let me, I'll just go ahead and post my actual page. You guys can go. It's the 5th post. It's the 5th most recent post. You can go and check that out there. Follow us on Instagram. Let us know that you followed us, and we'll follow you back and engage with you more on the Insta, on the gram. Okay. So with that being said, what was I getting to? We have that 21 day. We have the small, medium, and large package that you can participate in, that you can get involved in that raffle, get that 30-minute consultation call with me where we'll jumpstart you, get you ready to go, address your goals, address your hurdles, challenges, and do a 30-day and 90-day game plan so you can be on your way for success. That'll definitely carry you through the holidays into 2021. We got that medium package. That pumpkin spice latte is on the way. Okay, the spooky and spicy. I gotta always say that. I have too much fun with that. Spooky and spicy. Just have some fun with it. Challenge that we have, or the package rather, that we have for the medium, and then our pilot program, our 6-week transformation program that comes with a guarantee as far as your goals. And if we don't meet it, we offer additional for that so that you're successful. Ultimately, we are in the business of addressing your challenges, your goals, your needs. And that's what we're about, is being about your business here at Project Fresh. So now that we got that in play, you guys are reminded or being recalled to remember why we're here on YouTube, why we're doing this. Back to loss, the topic for today. I think just like losing a parent or a loved one, losing a pet or losing a job, there's a grief there. There's a loss that hurts that you can feel. I think the same plays in the psychology of loss, plays in the same with weight loss. We don't do well with loss. And so if we're talking about something that we're going to lose, we don't do well with it. Now, this might seem like a high level thought. This might seem a little high level, and I'll bring it down a little bit. But when we talk about losing things, we're conditioned, maybe it's nature and nurture, to not deal well with loss. And so imagine, why is it that we struggle so hard to lose weight? Because it's losing. So I know that might sound very simplistic, but one thing that I've really worked hard to bring my clients to, as far as your mindset, because again, perspective and mindset is going to alter your path. It's going to keep you on the path you're on, or help you achieve that shift, assist you with the shift, is the idea that if we start looking at making lifestyle changes for the purpose of gaining, how are we going to add into our life? The things that are having us lose, or the things that we're having us in a position of setback, start to fall away, because now our focus is not on losing something, it's on gaining. So gaining a habit of eating more veggies, for example. We all know that we need to eat our veggies. We all know that there's minerals and vitamins that are important for us. You may not know the specifics of that. You know, there's a great amount of iron in spinach, actually more so per serving than there is in beef. How many of you knew that? Something we just recently, my wife and I were just recently talking about. There's a lot of iron in spinach as well, but specifically in that case, kale. There's a lot of minerals and vitamins that we can find in a wide range of vegetables and fruits that can be very beneficial for us. And if we focus on having more of those than, say, potatoes or pastas or rices uh, or breads, that can address weight loss, um, that can address bloating that we deal with, especially in the midsection of dealing with the gut. Now, you did just hear me use the word weight loss, or words weight loss, but that's the byproduct, and it's not the main focus in the context of what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is gaining, lifestyle gains, okay? One of our hashtags, lifestyle gains, with a Z, not an S. We like to have fun with it. Lifestyle gains is, what can I add to my life that's going to have that purpose to it, that's going to help me address a better lifestyle. What habits, what focus, what mentality, what skill set, what relationships, what tools can I add to my life that's going to assist me in the process of growing my lifestyle? And when you focus on adding something, you get more familiar with it, you get better at learning how to associate with it, relate with it, utilize it, and soon you get better at it. And as you get better at it, you develop a new relationship, a new skill. And with that, now your focus is gains versus loss, and success comes. Or you just find out that maybe what you're doing, well, in the context of having a body transformation, we'll stick with it. Yes, you get success. It's going to happen at the end of the day. So that's what I mean about loss. Loss hurts, so does losing weight. It literally hurts. Nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to deal with it. It's very easy to push it off. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, as one of my deacons back in um, back when I was growing up in my Baptist church would say, tomorrow never comes, because when you wake up in the morning, it's today again. So tomorrow is yesterday's today. Is that right? Tomorrow is yesterday's today. I believe I said that right. But anyway, we go to bed today and we wake up today, right? So tomorrow is figuratively there. We've done it enough times to know it's going to come. But ultimately, we wake up and it's still today. And so the only time that you're going to see movement is if you take action today. If you look at this situation as, I'm looking to gain versus not lose. So yeah, you might want to be gaining weight if you want to put muscle on. But what I mean is gain lifestyle habits that are going to really assist you in that process. And my wife was responsible for today's topic because I told her, I said, I wasn't sure what I was going to talk about. Really appreciate her today. And she had mentioned something that was related to loss. And I was like, oh, I haven't talked about the psychology of loss yet. I'm sure I'll talk about this more in the future because it is a great topic. I really do think it is good to talk about, and especially when we have a much larger audience. I'll make sure I bring it up again so we can have that group discussion. We can start having some people comment and make some notes. But ultimately, that's what we have in store for you today. So I hope that there was something from today's live stream that was beneficial to you. That's why we do this. We're here for you. We're here to um, provide our services and our products so that you can have the excellent success that you desire and deserve. And we will continue to do so. Like I said, we got 4 years coming into play next month. We're really excited about that. And then our unofficial 8 years in December. So that's why we're doing our challenges, our groups, our transformation programs. That's why I'm reaching out to. If you're my client, really, you should get information from me here soon, if not already, about um, our our full year program, which is really cool. We're throwing the kitchen sink at you for an extremely discounted price. I mean, it's insane, and we're discounting that price even on top of it. And we're just making it absolutely valuable for people so that they can really get into that. It's about the journey. It's about experiencing, like, for example, we're all going to an island, and we're all looking forward to the process of getting there and enjoying it. And that's the focus, is getting to the island, getting to the top of the mountain. And so we got the vehicles and the processes to get you there. It's just a matter of doing the work, showing up every day, and enjoying the journey as you go, because there's value in the journey too. I think we give too much weight to the end goal. I don't think we value the journey enough, and perhaps I might go ahead and write that down. The value of the journey, for my next one of my next ones here soon. But until then, it's been a pleasure, my fresh live crew. It really has been a pleasure. I've got dinner with the wife now, so I'm going to take off. But we'll see you guys same time, same place tomorrow night. Hope you have a great Wednesday evening, and hang in there, stay strong. We'll see you.